A very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone, and welcome to Launch for Good Masterclass for Social Entrepreneurs. I am Ting Ting, and I'm really happy to be hosting today's session. So, to share a little bit more about myself, I come from Singapore, but I'm currently doing my master's degree in Beijing, China. I'm pursuing a master's in economics and management, and I'm from PIM Global. And today with me, I also have Leslie. Leslie, say hi to everyone too.
Hey everyone, thank you all for tuning in. It's so good to see everyone. Big thank you for everyone who's turning on their camera as well. Please keep them on for the whole session. Great to have you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Leslie. And of course, we also have today's speaker, Gustavo. I'll share a little bit more about himself, and of course, he will also be able to do so later. So in the next 90 minutes or so, our speaker will be diving into from vision to strategy and how to build a strong business model that works for your social enterprise and that connects your vision with market needs and also connects profit with purpose. So before going into the workshop, um, let's we really want to know you. So please do turn on your camera and also set your name to one that we can address you by. Thank you, Ili, Abdullah, um, oh, and for turning on the camera. Grace, Trevor, Alicia, Ling Ling, Dipti, it'd be great to see your face. Esu as well, hello. It'd be great if we can all turn on our camera. Yep. And I'm sure most of us are familiar with Zoom, but let's go through some of the functions that we can use. Hi, Ling Ling. It's great to see you. And
Hi.
let's try out the reaction function. Hi, hi. Yeah. So use a emoji to tell me how you're feeling today. So if you go to the bottom of Zoom, you'll be able to see this reaction button. And let's try it out and see how everyone's feeling today. Leslie's feeling amazing. Me too. Ellie's feeling good. I see a thumbs up. How are you feeling, Abdullah? Grace is feeling good too. Gustav is Gustav is feeling great. The rocket ship. Hi, Trevor. It's good to see you. Hi, Burkina as well. I see that both of you are dialing in from really cold places. Thanks so much. It's good to see everyone's faces and also your reactions. Okay, so at any point in time, feel free to use the reaction button to, show Gustavo your support and let him know how you're feeling about what he's going through. And next, let us also try out the chat function. So perhaps you can tell me where you are dialing in from and what time it is over there. So let's go to the chat function and try that out as well. Leslie is dialing in from Taipei. It's 8:37. I'm dialing in from Beijing, so it's also 8:37. Wow, we have quite a few folks dialing in from China here, from Shanghai. Hi, Trevor from Shanghai. Rekina from Beijing. Hello. And Grace, Alicia from Beijing. Wow, lots of Beijing represent today. What about everyone else? Ellie from Rwanda. It's in the afternoon today. Thanks for spending your Saturday afternoon with us, Ellie. What about Abdullah? Where are you dialing in from? Oh, from Hunan, Changsha. Very cool. Who else? What about Esther? Where are you dialing in from? It's really, really cool to see how diverse everyone here is from. Yeah. So at any point in time, the same. please do use the chat function to share your insights or any questions that you have for the speaker. It would be really lovely if all of us can also share our experiences, our thoughts with others. This is, a platform for peer learning. And with that, so I wanted to share more about PIM, Purpose in Motion. So we are a social enterprise that empowers young people like all of you to become leaders and also change makers. So we do so through education, resources, and also networks. So we have a global community of mentors. We also hold programs like the Tech for Good Accelerator. And we have also recently launched the Innov Impact Incubator, and we have announced our very first cohort of incubatees as well. So all these are programs that can check out on our official website. And we have been creating impact since 2014. We just celebrated our 10th year anniversary last year, and we're moving on to our next decade. So we have inspired over 13,000 leaders in over 110 countries so far, and also provided funding to many organizations and many startups as well. So this Launch for Good masterclass series for social entrepreneurs is something that we launched this year. And what it aims to do is to equip budding social entrepreneurs like you with practical tools and strategies for you to build up and also scale your purpose-driven business. So it doesn't matter whether you are still in the ideation stage or whether you already have a functional enterprise. We hope that these sessions will be really practical and provide you with insights to move forward. So during the last session in January, we had Hawa share with us about finding your social enterprise's vision and mission. And I see some familiar faces here, and I know that you have also joined us for the previous session. Today, we're talking about how to make your vision become a strategy, a business model that works. And then in the next session, which I will announce at the end of today's session, we'll be talking about leadership. And with that, today we are having Gustavo share with us about business modeling. And whenever I talk to Gustavo, he is always very passionate and very enthusiastic when he talks about entrepreneurship and youth empowerment and technological tools. So I'm sure that today's session will be a very exciting one. And let's pass the time to Gustavo.
Thank you. Thank you. Today I'm gonna share more about like business model. I think it's one step that every entrepreneur will think about it. And yeah, my name is Gustavo Caris. I'm from Bolivia, currently doing a master's in computer science in Beijing Institute of Technology. And I truly believe in three paths of every entrepreneur. That is about know about entrepreneurship, engage with entrepreneurship, and success. So I'm currently in the uh, engaging and also going towards success. Hopefully works that. Yeah, today I'm gonna share. First, I wanna start giving a small review of what happened last session. That was Hawa. She was sharing about like defining your social enterprise mission. And everything starts from values going towards mission and vision. Like basically your values is the what is happening every day, daily principles. Then the mission, it's a short-term goal that will help you to achieve your vision. That is a long-term, it's like legacy, it's timeless. So moving from that review, I wanna share an overview of what I'm gonna talk today. It's about social entrepreneurship, a business model. But before talking business model, I wanna make an emphasis. How do we go from vision to reality, from what we are planning, what we are thinking, what is the best way to get the outcome that we want or the impact that we want to make on this world. And for this, I really want to use theory of change. Then the last thing is some of the sources I found out in this journey about revenue streams and financing. So first, you can scan this QR code or use this link. I wanna ask you like, what is social entrepreneurship for you? Like, feel free to send any word you wanna share. Like, what is the first thing that come up to your mind when you hear social entrepreneurship? I will share my screen with the other side. I will share the link here in the chat if you don't have the QR code, but feel free to send the first word that comes to your mind when you think about social entrepreneurship. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, I'm getting to answers right now. It's like, let me share the screen. Okay, some people saying impact, meaningfulness, innovation, deeply needed. Yeah, it's about like innovation, beneficial to society. Yeah, I like that answer. Like we are pretty close with the answer I was expecting. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. And I will move on with the definition I want to share with you guys. Is basically, let me show. Okay, so when we talk about social entrepreneurship, we need to think about three impact. It's about developing, working on solutions for social, cultural, or environmental issues. Those are one of the most core of social entrepreneurship. And one of the main goals is also to create lasting social change through business. If we want to find a difference between this social and traditional entrepreneurship, we can think about the purpose, impact measurement, and revenue model. So basically, the big difference is the purpose. Like with traditional entrepreneurship, we will focus on like business growth, make money. But with social entrepreneurship, one of the first goals is social change through business as well, but need to have a specific focus, either social, cultural, or environmental. And when we talk about like impact measurements, the way how we measure the impact in social entrepreneurship is through life impact, job creation, or geographic coverage. Like whether you're working on environmental or socials, you will need to think about how does your program is impacting the life of those people. On the other hand, for traditional one, they will focus on whether or not it's making money. Like if it's profitable, like my stakeholders, are they getting money from this business? And the revenue model, from the revenue model is for traditional entrepreneurship is typically operated as a for profit. They need to make money as well, as I said before. But for social entrepreneurship, it's could be a non-profit or hybrid, like mixing this, blending social goals with revenue generation. And here we go with the theory of change. How we do how do we move from vision to making the impact that we want. So basically, theory of change, it's a tool that helps us to know and understand the how, why, who, where, when, all of these questions before implementing one program or policy. Like it will give us clarity. It will clarify the logic behind every program. And it divides into big blocks. One is the implementation, and the other is the results. In the implementation, we first think about the inputs. What are we? What are the resources that we have? And how can we manage these resources? Goes with the activities. For example, in the input, if I'm in the education industry, so I will need professors, I will need books, I need train people for giving workshops and everything. For the activity, in this case, will be any workshop, any product or service I can give to my customer. And the output I want, we can measure this with the number of people who join this, like how many people is gonna get in touch or making part of these activities. The outcome itself is a short-term changes. It's like, for example, if it's education industry, then we will say, okay, the people who join this workshop, they learned new skills in health or in other particular area. And then we move up to impact. The impact is the long term. You can understand as same as the vision of any company. And this is the last goal of every company. What do you want to achieve? So to understand better, I want to show a small video of a social enterprise. They have been making an amazing job, and I believe everyone needs to know about their work. So I'm gonna share it right now.
sida mën na cee jublu xam nga loolu day daal di métti su ko defee bu ñu xiifee du ñu am.
When people make these decisions to really embrace human rights together as a community and as an extended community, you see all kinds of changes happening.
boo ñu jàngee nag xam nañuy jafe-jafem te jàng suñu sañ-sañ kon am nañu droit ñun suñu jëmm bopp bu ko soqali suñu askan mu jëm kanam jamono bi jëm kanam ñëpp am tawfiix am wér-gu-yaram ci seen yaram.
Okay, does anyone want to share about like what do they understand? Like what is this social enterprise doing? You can raise your hand or open your mic and share your thoughts. Okay, I basically wanna talk about Tosten. They are an enterprise, social enterprise who aims to empower society, communities to develop their life, like have a better life and achieve their vision to the future. Like they found out that most of the people in many African countries, they need to get easy access to education. So the input that they were working on, it's like train facilitators, educational materials, looking for fundings. Those were the inputs. But what were their activities? In this case, their activities that they work on are workshops, focus on specific areas, will be democracy, human rights, health, and so on. And the outputs that they got are practically like making these people gain knowledge and skills, on those particular workshops. Those are the outputs. The outcomes was increased the community engagement. That was one of the first outcomes they got. And the long-term impact was empowering this community and make them actively like participants in its own development. So they right now have the power of making the change like of their own life. They can study, they can learn new knowledge, make what they want for their future. Yep, here's a small summary, like from starting to educational material until reaching the empowerment of community. So if you apply the theory of change on any program or policy you're working on, it's better to use this theory of change, because at the end of the day, like other companies, before giving you also funding, they will try to check your business model, your program. How do you implement each program based on theory of change? So if you already done this work, so it will be easy for you to get that investment that you're looking for. And here we go with the business model. This is one of the interesting parts. Also, you can scan the QR code or get into the link. I'll send it on the group chat. I want to know, like, what is business model for you? What is the first word that comes to your mind? Share it on this link. Let me share it in the group. Okay. Business model. Okay. So what is the first word that comes to your mind? What is business model for you? How do you understand business model? Let me share the screen. Okay, 3 people answer, 5 people operation, strategy, plan. Yes, we say plan, money, true, customer, revenue model, everything. Yeah, everything. Like in business model, we have from the customer segmentation until the partnership, key activities, many areas. So yeah, thank you for sharing your thoughts. It helps me to get to know more about your idea before getting into business model. Let me share my screen. So we see previously there were people were sharing money, business plan, and at the end, the business model will help us the enterprise to create and deliver a value while balancing mission and profit. Whatever you're doing, you need to be profitable, you need to be sustainable, you need money. So how do we get this? How can we make our business plan? There is a very well-known framework that is business model Canva. Maybe you hear about before. If you hear, you can give me your thumbs up. If not, I will share it here right now. And yeah, and what I believe on frameworks, on traditional frameworks, is because of this. Like you can see here, there is a pen, the big company who launched it in 1950, and until today, like we have the same one. Why? Because they really understand the customer. They need, they already know that they need a smooth, effortless writing, affordable, and that make people able to let their hand create expressions. So they very well understand the customers, and they come up with making writing accessible to all. So business model canvas, basically here you can see all the boxes. There are many areas that we need to care, and I'll be talking with you one by one. But first, I want to talk with you about one case study, and together we work on this business model Canva. We make this task. So Tom Shoes, does anyone hear about this social enterprise before? If you heard about, maybe you can, yeah, give your thumbs up. If not, I'll share with you. Basically, they was founded by, yeah, thank you to people know about Tom Shoes. So they start on 2006, and the founder, he make a trip to Argentina. He found out that many young people, especially like kids, they don't have shoes to wear to go to school. They are in a really, really bad condition. So he said like, what if I can build these traditional shoes? Because the shoes that he developed, it was already made in Argentina. So he just copied the design and also manufactured in a high range to donate to these kids. So he started working on one business model called one for one. Basically, the people buy one shoes and they will uh, give it as a gift to the kids, this pair of shoes. So it was very, very popular in those times. But they face one problem, like they need to pivot for one business model to one third of the profits send it to the any initiative, could be health, education, because it was not sustainable. And we will go in this business model, Canva, to understand how do they work, what was happening over there. Most of the people, they will start with the customer segmentation. So basically in the customer segmentation, we want to understand who is the problem, who is the people's problem we want to solve, like what is the main character of our work, why we are doing this. If I have to describe entrepreneurship in one sentence, or what is entrepreneurship for me, is the freedom to make a positive change on the people that you care. So it's about you and the people that you care. So that's why we focus on customer segmentation. And basically, their first starting, like when they were working on the company, their customer segmentation was focused on socially conscious consumers. So the ones that cares about these kids, they will focusing on that. But then after many years, they figured it out and they pivot to a broader and sustainability minded audience. What was the change? They were not focusing only on traditional or conscious customers. They were focusing on broadly, like anyone who want to make this work better and sustainable. In terms of cost, at the beginning, they were working on like spending the money on production, logistic, and donation. But now they care more about sustainability investments and impact measurements because they face many, many challenges showing the real what is behind of the company, where does the money go, what happens with the shoes. So right now, like they are mainly focusing on sustainability investment and impact measurements. So they have all the data online. You can check it. Everyone can track what is happening behind the company, like the money, what is happening with the money. The second one that we need to work on is the value proposition. So the old version was to work on like immediate, transparent, buy one, keep one impact. But then this was not sustainable and changed to a one third of donation model. Whatever they gain, 1/3 of this revenue will go to any health or education initiative. Then we have the channels. They keep the channels, is direct to the customers, same as previous one, like use the online platforms. For the customer relationship, what was their main goal before? The other one was emotional engagement by a direction. Like they say, whatever you buy, whatever we give to these kids, the one-on-one. But then they found out that need to be deeper customer involvement. So they need to see the impact data. The customer need to see transparency. So they will be able to trust what is doing the company with the profit, and that was also healthy for the company. So they don't give 100% of the product to social initiatives. Instead, they give 1/3 of their profit. The other box that we can work on is the key resources. So before they were working or they have access to a social driving brand, it was with design expertise. So it was not something that the actual community needed. They come up with a new framework that is about advanced analytics, like premium product portfolio and engagement impact storytelling. So the customers really know what is happening with this kid after he received the shoes. Whether or not I'm gonna change their education, like if they have shoes, are they gonna be able to go to school? So they have this information and they make it as key resources for the company. Another way of also making a pivot on this business model was coming from the 101 to 1/3 of donation, as I mentioned before. That was the huge change of the company. And the key partnerships was from having the manufacturing, retailer, and nonprofit managing, coming to an expert and community impact advisors. So the community impact advisors were a very key aspect in terms of making new relations with the people who is on the ground, the people who knows what is happening. So they talk with local people that know what is happening with the kid after he received the shoes. So he are tracking their impact. Oh, customer structure. Customer structure is also another cell that they didn't change much about it. It's basically production and distribution costs, but they added an investment in impact measurements. As I mentioned before, it's about sustainable programs to get to know what happened after they delivered 1/3 of their incomes. So far, this is the business model Canva framework, the traditional one. There are many different frameworks, but I trust this one because it's the one that hasn't been changed for a long. Same with the pen that I showed you before. When one thing it has been developed very well, like you can trust this, and many entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, will use this framework. If you have any question, you can let me know right now. You can raise your hand or open your mic. So we can move from the breakout rooms to work on this. Basically, I want you to work on the customer segmentation, value proposition, channels, and customer relationship. Everything is in this part, in the right part of the framework. You start with customers, and you move to the value proposition, customer relationship. But before that, channels, then customer relationship. And if you have enough time, you can work with the also key partnerships. I will share with you guys the link where you can download this framework. We can do the breakout rooms and start working on this business model canvas.
Thanks, Gustav. And thanks, Leslie, for sharing the link. So you can download it from the link that Leslie shared in the group chat for the Canva. And then we'll have breakout room discussion, and we will end at about 9:30 p.m. We'll reconvene back here, and we can have a short shareback session thereafter. So it'll be good if every team can prepare a 1-minute pitch at the end of your breakout room discussion on your business model canvas. All right, so I'll let Leslie take us to the breakout rooms. Hi, everyone. Welcome back.
So yeah, basically this the main goal of this is trying to understand how to work with this business model framework. There are many, as I said before. There's the Lean Canva. There's like mainly focused for social enterprises. But when you change something, at the end it got totally different, and the outcome that you will get for sure will be also different. That's why I'm keeping myself like working with this framework. Yeah, we can share right now. I don't know from the other group, but we can start from our group. Either how can I say it? Like what is the name? Okay. Abdullah, do you want to share the work we have been doing? Or Bikina, one of you, like I think you will be very in touch with this framework.
So to talk about what we discussed in the room.
Yeah. Basically, you can share about customer segmentation, value proposition, like the solution, the channel. Yep.
Okay, so we discussed about a problem in fashion industry, and we said that there are many young women who buy clothes, keep buying clothes even though they don't need it. And so this is the problem, and now we have to offer a solution for this problem. And our customers are young women, especially those who follow the fashion and the trends, because they are the one who keep buying. And what else did we discuss? Can you go back?
The channels.
The channels. Yeah. So we came up with an app. So we have to build an app to remind these girls of their closet. So in this app, they will have their wardrobe online, all their closet online, all their clothes will be there. So when they go to a shop and want to buy something new, new clothes, then they can open the app and check whether they have similar clothes. Like for example, they want to buy a jacket, then they open the app and they see whether they already have a jacket like with a similar model or similar colors. So this will prevent them from buying a new jacket that actually they don't need. Yeah,
Thank you.
this is what we discussed, right?
Yeah, thank you for the sharing. So at the end, also we come up with one key activities that will be the awareness of what is the impact of like having too many clouds, because like according to there is an institution that make a research, 50% of our clouds like we don't use them, so it's some problems, some social